one hopes so.
Yeah.
Inform, educate and entertain, as Lord Reith wonderfully put it.
Yes.
One hopes.
To what extent does Chris Moyles
pompous,
fulfil
isn't it?
that
I'm sorry
brief?
about that. To what extent does Chris Moyles inform,
entertain and educate?
Is the show nearly over now, by the way? I want to be able, if I've got kids in my car in the morning taking them to school, for instance, I want them to be able to listen to the BBC, and I want not to be embarrassed by what they hear. Some of the stuff that that Chris does, I find not grotesquely offensive. I mean, it's not the kind of Jonathan Ross, Russell Brand stuff, obviously, as was. But it's pub talk, and that's fine. But my view, I suppose, is if I want to hear a few blokes talking in the pub, I'll go to a pub and hear them talking. I'm not quite sure why I need to hear that on the radio. For me, I don't need to do it.
Because pubs aren't open that early, so... Let's have a listen to a clip on the show. Chris has a posse with him, much like yourself.
He's not sure Jim Naughty would be awfully pleased to be described.
Yeah, he's in the Humphrys posse. So shall it be. He's surrounded by a posse, and this is a moment where he talks to the girl in his posse, and it was a moment where things, I thought, got a bit tense on the show. Let's have a listen.
Have you stuffed your bra?
No.
With sausage meat? Are you sure?
Yes. And not with sausage meat, Dave.
So you look like a flat-chested girl who stuffed her bra.
It does look enhanced.
Do you not think?
Does. Yeah. Is that a special camera or something?
What?
Are those boobs not real? Are they Kleenex boobs?
No, they're not Kleenex boobs.
Neither are mine. Right.
Nasty.
Why? It's not
That's a
nasty.
nasty thing to say.
It's promotion.
It's not the kind of thing you could say to a lady.
What?
We just said it to Gary.
Why did I say that was nasty?
Nothing at all.
You're so nice, Dave.
We didn't say they were droopy.
That would be worse.
Which you have done before. So.
Well, they are. It's not my fault. You should exercise more.
Hard to know what to say about that, isn't it, really?
8.5 million listeners to your 6.7. I'm just saying, if once in a while you all ganged up around a girl and pointed at her breasts and laughed, maybe you could find that extra 2 million.
That's what we've been missing. Who do you suggest as the woman?
It's not for me to nominate. Mercy me.
I don't know. Harriet Harman? I mean, I don't know.
Obviously, it is aimed at a different age group. I was surprised...
But come on, that's just simply not funny, it seems to me. I mean,
it didn't strike me as funny, but we are too old for it. I'm too old. I'm 35. Yeah, the average age of the Chris Moyles listener is 29.
All right.
Your average age listener is 56.
Well, a little bit less, but yes.
I was surprised that it was 29 for the Chris Moyles show.
On the basis of that, it should be about 11, shouldn't it? I mean, that's the kind of thing you'd hear little boys sniggering at, I think, isn't it?
Did the pace of it surprise you?
Yeah, it's so slow.
Yeah.
Listening to it, I could not believe those incredible long girls. I mean, on our programme, you move, we're not, snappity, snappity, snap, but if you've got a bit of a pause, you fill it. I mean, of course you do. Unless you've asked somebody a difficult question and you want that silence to happen there for a moment because that tells the audience something. Ask a politician what you think's a difficult question and then there's a long pause. You let that pause run because that's telling the audience something. But this just seemed to be as though they were occasionally just running out of things to say. And as you say, there's a posse there.
But I think Chris Moyles is fully in charge of that. I think he's creating... perhaps the last taboo that you still don't do on radio, which is dead air.
Yeah.
That you can say anything else. It's all been said. There's nothing you can say. You'll get some people cross, but not his core audience. But dead air makes you go, what's happened? Maybe they've run out of ideas.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I couldn't believe that there was so much silence.
Well, especially given that it's aimed at a younger audience, and we are told they have no attention span, and, just a few seconds. Yeah. And the set pieces last for a very, very long time, and the conversation...
Don't they? There's not much music.
They start... No, very little music. Although, it punctuates it. And I thought maybe that was something... It'd be nice at the end of an interview, maybe, to say, thank you, Prime Minister, and now don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? by the Pussycat
I was thinking
Dolls.
Ride of the Valkyries or something.
Well, that would be fine,
Well,
yeah, as the Prime Minister leaves the studio. But it's sort of these moments of seemingly controlled quiet and silence, and then a lot of frenetic energy. Oh, they have the jingles to move it along, and we've got one for you here.
He's the man who's got the best news. John Humphrys, whoa, on Radio 4.
Just pet things along. That's from a Radio 4 programme called Listen Against, who prepared that in your honour.
And thank them very much, and we'll be using it tomorrow morning.
Excellent, I can't wait.
Not.
I can't wait. OK, well, listening to the Chris Moyles show for the first time, your marks out of 10?
Phew. Yeah, 5. I mean, I could... On the basis that clearly there are lots of people who love that stuff, so therefore there is something there that I can't see. But
Sure.
yeah, split the difference, 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10 for the Chris Moyles show. The good news is, after all of that, I'm told your coffee has now arrived.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank you very
See,
much indeed.
we asked for a little one, did we not?
Lovely. There we go.
Is that
Mercy me.
all of that?
Very much. Well, There is your solo espresso
Right.
that you ordered. It seems a bit meagre, John, to be honest.
It does.
This is a tall caramel frappuccino semi, sugar-free hazelnut syrup
Yeah, I
with
knew
cinnamon
that.
sprinkles.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You can see
Yeah,
that
I can see
from the cup. Why don't you, as a...
Does it taste anything like... I'm not going to bother with that, because that's obviously...
It's got us what looks
It's
like a
cold.
layer of
It's
volcanic ash on the top of it. So
Well, or dried dog poo, I don't know.
it could be.
It smells foul.
Does it?
It really does, yeah.
This is a venti white coffee mocha semi with fresh whipped cream and vanilla syrup.
Yeah.
So this one is a coffee. This
That
is
is
more
a coffee.
recognisably.
Are you sure about
it's
that?
hot.
It's hot.
I'll take your.
Ah, it's foul.
Really?
Oh, it's just... Well, but partly because it's lukewarm, I suppose, but no, it's foul. What's that?
It's a white tea, John.
Now that I could do.
That hits the spot. In the store, that is the biggest one you can get. That's the venti.
Oh, that's a big one.
That is a big one.
Oh, right.
That is a
Okay.
big one. But I know people at Starbucks, and I have a special code. If you go in and you ask for the Maxi Venti and do this, I'll give you one of these. There you go. That's a whole lot of coffee for you to enjoy there. And that's. But that is a special one.
Thank you, Martin.
And that one's actually
Actually,
cheaper.
you could wear it, couldn't you? You could...
Your special Starbucks hat.
Special Starbucks.
Okay, well, obviously, I mean, I didn't think when you made your order that the special ones would be for you, but you've given them a try.
I have.
Let's see,
And that's
ordering and tasting Starbucks coffee.
No, 0. Zilch.
0 out of 10 for Starbucks. You've embraced every challenge that I've set for you.
Yes.
What I want to know is what other things would you like to do? What else might you have done?
Well, I tell you, we couldn't have done it in the time frame, but that Michael Jackson geezer is coming to London, isn't he, to do a show?
He is, yeah.
And first one for many, many years, I guess. And
Since the issues.
Quite so. And I tell you what, I wouldn't mind going to the taking my little boy to the Michael Jackson show.
Fantastic.
Wherever it is in London. Yeah, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that.
Well, you're committed to it now. You've said it on telly.
Yeah.
John, thank you very much indeed for being my guest on I've Never Seen Star Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, John Humphrys.